god, I used to struggle so much. I get into the train, that was so difficult. I honestly started crying in the station. I was like, what the? Oh my god. I feel like crying. Okay. Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Hi, this is Sharon and this is my YouTube channel where I do things that I love. So I do anything basically. So today we are going to do a video on, any guesses? UK cultural shock. So when I was new to a lot of things in UK. Like there were some things which were very different from what I experienced in India. So I'll be listing like few of the UK cultural shocks that I had, and let me know if you relate to it or if it's a shocker for you. So the first one that I would say, and I think everyone knows it, it has to be that there are no Jetsprays here. Like sometimes I wonder, how do people here use tissues, the tissue roll, to wipe their bum? I think how much ever you do it with the tissue, there will be some remnants, and I don't know how you guys deal with it. But what I did, like I knew this from the very beginning. So I bought a thing from Amazon. It's called the portable Jetspray, which I think is a very good option for Indians if you're coming to UK or any other abroad country where they don't have Jetsprays. This is the best option you can ever use, and it works for me. And in future, if I have a house in UK, I will make sure that I get the Jetsprays attached to my bathroom, because that is a lifesaver, honestly. Like, oh my god. So the next thing I had, like, which was very different from India, is the queue system. So if you have to get into the train, you have a queue. If you have to get into the bus, you have a queue. If you have to do anything, you have a queue, which is so good, because I remember how much I used to struggle to get into the train in Mumbai. Like, oh my god, I used to struggle so much. I used to catch my train from Ghatkopar, and I kid you not, the rush was insane. There was a time, okay, story time. There was a time I used to be in hostel because I didn't want to get into the traveling share. But the hostel was so strict that I chose to suffer. I chose to use the Mumbai locals and travel back from home to work and to my college. So my dad had said that you'll regret this. So this is the first day when I was catching my train from Ghatkopar. And it was a very peak hour. It was around 5 to 6 o'clock in the evening, and I saw a train coming, Ambernath local, and then I saw, yes, I'm gonna get in this one. But the rush was so crazy that I couldn't even get to the door. So I left that train. So I left another train. And the thing with the Ambernath locals I was telling is, it's not that frequent, okay? To get an Ambernath or a Karjat local, it comes like every half an hour to 1 hour distance pay. And so I left another train. Like in the third train, I had to leave that one also because I couldn't get into the train. Then there came the fourth train. I left that, and 7 o'clock. I started at I think 6 or 5 o'clock. It was 7. I was not able to get into the train. That was so difficult. I honestly started crying in the station. I was like, what the hell? My dad told me that I'm gonna regret this, and I'm regretting it. But eventually, like when I started traveling, I got the hack of it, how you have to get into the train, and then I was a pro. But I feel it is so risky to get into the train. But the moral of the story, here you have a queue. Even if you don't get a seat here, you don't feel bad because you were in a queue, and I think who were first in the queue deserve the seat, which is very fair. So I think that's the best system you could have, and it avoids accidents and risks, because once the bus is full, you cannot get into the bus. So that is very convenient. And I think the another factor why UK is able to do it is, I think the crowd is very much controlled as compared to India or Mumbai, if you can say. So yeah, that is another thing which I love about UK, because it has like deleted the struggle question from my life. So I love that. The next cultural shock is people here are so polite. Like they're so polite. Like, and I eventually have become so polite in my life. Like people here say thank you, sorry, please very often. Like if you get a thing, so if you get anything, say thank you. I think that has to be practiced a lot in Mumbai and in India, from where I am. But here people are so polite. Like even if I'm walking to a street, I don't know the person, he will ask me, are you alright? And honestly, it feels good, when someone asks you that. You don't have to reply, to be honest. Like you don't have to be reply like, yes, I am alright, how are you? You don't have time for that. You're just passing your alright, and you just say yeah, and we say you, and they say yeah. So that's all the conversation we have. But it's really good. It shows how polite the people here are. When I was very new in UK and I was walking in the street, and one British person said, are you alright? And I was like, why is he asking me if I'm alright? I am alright. What will happen to me? And or is it that visible on my face that I'm not alright? All these things were going on my mind. But eventually I got, like, people here are like that. They do ask you are alright. You don't have to reply. You can just nod your head and walk by. So yeah, so that's a new thing for me, and it's a good thing, to be honest. Next thing is there is no AC or fan in UK because you don't need it. But I have a habit of using the fan because I have a habit of listening to the fan sound to get a proper sleep. So that was a bit difficult for me initially. I was like, I need a fan. However cold it is, I would like to have a fan to sleep, to have I need to listen to that sound to sleep. But so actually you don't need a fan here, but I bought a table fan eventually because I have the habit to listen to the fan sound and have that breeze on my face so I get a proper sleep. So yeah, I got a table fan eventually, but you actually don't need it. The thing you need here is heaters. It's very important because it is so cold here, and heater is the lifesaver, so which is there in every other home. So yeah, you need a heater, but you don't need a AC or fan here. So that was another new thing as compared to India. Next cultural shock is people here drink publicly, and the alcohol is available in all the grocery stores. It's like available all. In India we have like proper shops for alcohol, but here you get it everywhere. Even if you go in a train, the person beside you will be drinking, and it's very normal here because drinking is a culture here. And people on weekends, like very old people, even they go to pubs, and it's very normal here. You get all kinds of alcohol in a normal grocery store, which will be just beside your house. So you can get anything in a grocery store. So you actually don't have any like proper alcohol shops. So you get it in your grocery store like Tesco, Asda, Aldi, Lidl, or even any convenience store. Another new thing for me, which is like, yeah, it has not affected my life because I don't drink, and yeah, so it has not affected me anyways, but it's a new thing like which I found, which is different from India. Another thing, interesting thing is like, so here fries are called chips and chips are called crisps. So which is something I'm still adapting to because I have a habit of saying fries and chips for the crisps. So fries, people call your chips, and it's a staple food. I would say like it's a like we have vada pav in Mumbai. Here, fish and chips, which is like fish and fries, is like so popular here. Which is like the snack, or like we have vada pav, they have fish and chips, and they call crisps for chips. And to be honest, I still call fries fries and chips chips because that's what I have done. But obviously, if I'm going to a store, I would say chips for fries because that's what people call it here. So that's what another new thing for me. And let me check my list. Like, I've got a list of things, but I'm not gonna list all of them because then this video will be so boring. But another cultural shock is people here drink from tap water directly, and we don't use filters or anything. But you know, how much ever I think tap water is safe here, it is safe. Like, I have been drinking it for a year, but after a year I was just thinking, like, what if the tap is like contaminated? What if the pathway from the water is coming is contaminated? So I just bought a filter. It's called Brita, which I use here. So I drink water, like I filter and then drink water. You can also boil and then drink water, but tap water is very safe here. I've been drinking from 1 year, so I think it is safe. But people also here, some people buy bottled water, like the mineral water from the stores, which is very expensive. Like, if you have to drink it on daily basis, I think it's expensive. So it's better to drink tap water, or you can just filter. So I think like this would be the last one that I would list, and that is a big thing. That is, here it rains all the 12 months. This is something I didn't knew. No one like gave me a disclaimer about this when I was coming from India to UK. Like, they said that it rains quite frequently. I bought an umbrella and all, but I didn't know like it rains like every other day here. You know, I can tolerate, like, first of all, I'm not a big fan of rains and monsoons. But you know, I can tolerate it for 3 months, but 12 months, that's a lot. Like, I just get so irritated because of the rain here. Like, it rains every other day. It rains 12 months. You have to tolerate monsoon for 12 months here. And you know, when it's cold and it's raining, it's like, oh my god, ice is falling on you. And people here don't use umbrella that frequently. We just use jackets. Sometimes it's so frustrating, and if you have to plan a trip, I have to literally check the weather forecast and see if it's raining, because if it's raining, you cannot like enjoy the holidays or vacation wherever you're going. So it rains like, oh my god, I feel like crying. I don't like rain, and it rains every day. As you can see outside, it is raining still. I mean, it's not as harsh as we have in India, but it drizzles all the time, which is irritating. I don't like water on my face all the time. It spoils my hair. And so, yeah, that's another thing which I hate. I hate about it. I hate about UK. So, yeah. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any interesting cultural shocks in the comment section, and let me know if you want me to do a part 2 about it. But that's all for this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my video. You know guys, I need at least 500 subscribers, and I just have like 118 now. Please make it to 500 because I want 500 which is a big thing I feel to achieve. But I'm not gonna give up, and I'm gonna ask you to go and subscribe because it is free. You don't have to watch my videos if you don't like it, but do subscribe and make me happy. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in another video.
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a demo. You don't really know you.